might be live, it's just saying it's creating. Hello everyone, welcome to my live event. I decided to do live instead of recording because of my phone memory. First one, we should start off with how I got into YouTube. It should be noted that I got into YouTube via wanting to show you all my gardening techniques, and I know I've not done that to a high standard. I am always trying to improve. However, I have been lazy this year, so I've not done the bone meal, I've not done many things. So generally how I got into YouTube itself, I wanted to have an account just so I can subscribe to people and comment on their videos. From there it really grew into wanting to do YouTube videos myself, to show how passionate I am about gardening, and it's not really reflected too well on my passion for gardening. That will be changing. Right now I've got the access to live events. I can do more videos by this phone that I'm filming on now. So that's generally how I got into YouTubing, because I saw other YouTubers online, as well as my favourite YouTuber called Ray, and he's over the Praxis 55712 channel, and he's a good YouTuber. If you're into gardening, he can teach you a lot if you take his advice on board. If you don't, so what? You can use his advice, you can go by his methods. It's there for you to use if you want to use it, you know. So yeah, that's generally how I got into gardening videos in general. Now, as you'll probably see on the next video uploaded, I gave you an insight to all my different hobbies that I like to do, and one of them is like how I got into RC helicopters. Well, it all started off when one Christmas I got an RC helicopter and I just flew it, and it just spun and spun around. And I didn't know too awful much back then about RC helicopters and how to fine tune them to make them stable in flight. So I broke a hell of a lot of RC helicopters, including one of the bigger ones I got, which was quite big, which was about that big, roughly. If I can show you by my arm, it was the size of my forearm, really. So yeah, I kept crashing them a lot, and that was no fun for me because I kept breaking them. I have got an RC helicopter somewhere, I just can't find it at the moment, which is more than fair enough because I'm prepared to do this live event, which I should have really set up before. Now, in terms of how I'm getting on with RC helicopter flying, I'm getting on pretty good. I prefer gyros over the non-gyro helicopters. The smaller they are, typically they're harder to fly, because especially with the ones that really ain't got no kind of body on them and they're really small, it's more hard to get stable flight out of them. I prefer the gyro ones solely because they're more stable in flight, And the balance bar up top really does help, because that, as well as the gyro, really does keep it stable in the air. Now let's see what we've got on our list. Oh yeah, crochet. Crochet is something that stemmed back from when I learnt to knit, and my dad actually taught me how to do knitting, and I've knitted a few things. Squares, I've been trying to make a blanket. As to, I don't see my progress as much when I knit as when I crochet. That's probably a big reason why I'm loving crochet a lot more than I am knitting. I can do knitting, it's just I choose not to. Aside from that, well, crochet's a lot faster. That's the first thing I noticed about it when I started to do it properly. And I taught myself, and no one taught me crochet. I learned through YouTube. So it's the power of learning through YouTube, I guess. So yeah, I've recently got a crochet book that my mum and dad got me for Christmas. So that's helped a lot actually, as in the way of double crochet, single crochet, half treble, half double. I can probably do a nice little square out of that. Also with the edging, I can kind of do that now, and not only that, I can probably do the shell stitch. I keep mucking that word up. I find it hard to pronounce. Now, as well as that, you've got this side of me that likes the game, hence the 3DS, Excel, and it should be low vol or no volume at all. And there's my there's my sister's Pokemon game, because I've yet to look for my own. So that's the 3DS XL. It's a lot bigger than the average DS, well, 3DS that is. A lot bigger than that. Not only that, I'd like to mention that I've always been a Pokemon fan. So yeah, I like Minecraft as well. And how I got into Minecraft was actually interesting, because back in 2010, I think that's when it originally came out. My friend Ben Evans kind of got me into it, got me trying it, crafting new things, and generally on survival it was pretty good. It's just I preferred creative at that time, where I could just dig out everything and build from underneath the ground. And I still do that today, so I'm happy with that. I think it was last year the PS3 and the Xbox version actually came out, so I was really excited to get that. I've got it. I play with my friend Katie on it now. We have wacky ideas, like setting a mounting of TNT together and lighting it off, or setting it light. Lighting it off wasn't the best terminology. But setting it off and seeing it all explode, just, we named it When Boredom Meets Sheer Boredom. But that's a whole different story. Generally on Minecraft, I like to see what ideas work and what doesn't work. Like today, I've made a trick room kind of thing, where you open the door, you walk straight in, and you've got arrows flying at you. That's to do with redstone. you've got a, what's it now, a pressure plate, you've got torches in, redstone torches involved in that, pistons, dispensers. So it's a varied amount of items involved. I mean, you've got to make it as seem as if though there's nothing there, just a blank thing that you just go in and you're safe from the monsters or whatever. And then you just go in and you straight away shot with an arrow and you're thinking, where the hell has that come from? So that's basically Minecraft. How and why I learnt knitting? Well, my dad taught me how to knit because he's always been able to knit really, really well. He can knit pretty much anything now. And the reason why I learnt to knit, well, I like to be creative sometimes, and knitting was that creative side, and I liked that a lot. Also with Minecraft, I can do knitting. Well, not knitting. I can be creative. Sorry, lost my train of thought. I like being creative, so Minecraft and knitting and crochet are perfect for that. So yeah, it's pretty much awesome. And I just happened to see my RC helicopter, so I'll bring this over. That is my mini RC helicopter. It's pretty stable flight. As I mentioned, you've got the balance bar here, which in flight it just goes in between these blades here. It's pretty awesome. And you got in here you've got two motors that drive the two rotors here. You've got an independent motor here for the tail rotor, which is pretty awesome. But going on the theme of back to going on to crochet, this is what I'm making at the moment. This is not necessarily a beanie, which you would normally associate it with, but this is that'll be a cup holder. If I can get my Starbucks cup. So yeah, still have a handle and everything, but I'm working my way up. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I love in crocheting, seeing what I can do with it. Why I play Minecraft? Well, going back onto when I first played Minecraft, which was back in 2010. Also, that was one of my bleakest and darkest years I've had so far. I guess I really started playing Minecraft for more or less. I played Minecraft because, well, it was a great stress reliever. I also liked the creativity, which was pretty awesome as well. So yeah, I like creativity with it. Not necessarily constructive building, like as if you're building a house to look like a house, you know. I just build rooms, put doors in, see what I can actually do with the room in terms of digging, putting up walls, making rooms, etc. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. And my plans for the new year would be to hopefully have Minecraft Story episode 5 unlocked. Well, not unlocked, but available. So my New Year's resolutions would be to be more active on the channel, get more videos in, and more or less get more info to you guys. Of how I do my gardening and how I feed the plants. You may or may not do GMO, you might go organic, inorganic, whatever works for you, just go ahead and do it. Because I do both sometimes, and that's always worked for me. So I'm experimenting with bone meal, which didn't go too well for growing me acorns. I don't know why. I probably added too much bone meal to the soil, which actually dried it out. So yeah, New Year's resolutions would be 1, to be more active on the channel, 2, to get you guys more in depth in what I do, 3 would be more or less more history about myself, you guys getting to know me through my videos, and stuff like that. More or less, my